Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new story. The name of this story is What If Naruto Started His Own Village After Being Banished from Konoha. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to both of my channels if you haven't done so. And yeah, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins 13 years after the Kyuubi attack in Konoha Gakure no Sato. As I go towards the said village to see that a huge commotion was going on in the said village. As we go towards the arena where currently the chunin exams were being held, as it was the chunin exams finale, as Naruto Uzumaki was currently facing against his opponent Neji Hyuga, as Naruto has just used his trump card and has channeled into the power of the Kyuubi and defeated Neji in a battle with an uppercut. As Naruto thought that he would be praised that he had won, but in reality, everyone began to yell at him, saying that he is showing his true colors and whatnot, and began to throw stuff at him. It was only Anbus that arrived there, and Kakashi who took him away to a safe place. Are you okay, Naruto? Yeah, but why are they doing this? I don't know. We have to wait until the Hokage and the council understand what is going on. In the meanwhile, you should try to lay low, Naruto. As now we see, the chunin exams were halted as the people were causing too much commotion. As now we see, a council meeting, emergency one at that, was called. As Naruto was then summoned in the council meeting. As Naruto arrived there with Kakashi, before entering, Kakashi then said, "Look, Naruto, whatever happens, I swear that I will try my best to protect you." Thanks, Sensei. As now we see, the door opens as both of them entered inside. While the civilians were glaring daggers at him, the shinobis were looking at him a little bit afraid because they had PTSDs because of the Kyuubi and its chakra that they sensed. On the other side, we see the elders were looking at him with judgmental eyes while Hiruzen was contemplating. Genin Naruto Uzumaki, you had tapped into the Kyuubi's abilities in front of the eyes of everyone and have used the Kyuubi's chakra. Have you ever done that before? No, I haven't, Gigi. Please address me as the Hokage. As Naruto was taken aback by that, and so was Kakashi, as Hiruzen sighed. Due to the seriousness of this matter, the council has decided that you are no longer safer for us to take care of, and you are to be banished from the village. And they have also requested the Daimiyo to approve of this order, and within an hour the order has been approved as well. So from this day onward, as Naruto's eyes widen, you are no longer a citizen of Konoha. You are no longer a shinobi of Konoha. I am freeing you from your duties and from the citizenship of the village. You are to leave within 24 hours and never set a foot inside the vicinity of this village. This is the end of the meeting. And that is an order, said Hiruzen, releasing his killer intent on everyone. As after it was done, we see that Naruto was just standing there with a shock-filled expression, as Kakashi was also shocked of what has just transpired. As now we see, one by one, as the council members left, he looked towards Kakashi and told him, "Bring Naruto to my office." As after Naruto and Kakashi arrived there, we see that Hiruzen said, "Please place your headband here, Naruto." But Gigi, enough. Please do as I say. And here, these belong to you. And this is the money that you will need for the time being, for your missions as well as for your participation. Now, you have to get out of here within 24 hours. And I suggest you start moving now, kid. Because as soon as the sun rises, you will be captured and punished as an enemy or a trespasser. But Hokage-sama, you can't... Enough, that is an order, Kakashi. Escort him out. As now we see Kakashi and Naruto on the other side of the Konoha, where they were standing on the gate. Look, Naruto, I don't know what happened. As Naruto was holding on to a bag that he has packed, and all the stuff that his Gigi has thrown at him practically, kicking him out. I don't know why this happened, but I promise you this much, Naruto. Keep in touch with me. I'll promise I'll bring you back, one way or another. This place has been your home. It hasn't been, Sensei. No, it hasn't been. What? What do you mean by that, Naruto? It has been. It always will be. Home is a place where you can feel safe. I just realized that I never did. I don't know why Gigi did what he did, but I think that he was trying to protect me for some reason. What? How can you be so sure? Gigi never did anything of that sort. He could have done that all those years ago. Look, I may act like I'm dumb, but I'm not that much dumb, Sensei. I can tell. I have been surviving in this village for the past 13 years on my own, haven't I been? Well, that is correct, but Naruto, what about your home friends? Friends? Most of those friends didn't even stood up for me when I was being questioned or asked the questions. So I highly doubt that any of them regarded me as a friend in the first place. I guess this is it, Sensei. I'll be leaving now. Take care of yourself. As after that, Naruto turned and disappeared, as Kakashi did so as well and arrived inside the Hokage office with anger. Why did you do that? Why did you do that, Hiruzen-sama? He trusted you. How could you have done this? I mean, I get the council and the others, they would have tried to do something like that sooner or later, but why you? This was the only way to protect him. I gave him a letter. I couldn't have told this in front of the council. I gave him his heritage, Kakashi. And not only that, I gave him a way out. They wanted his head. They got a death warrant issue on his name. That within 24 hours, if he isn't kicked out, he will be killed on sight. Would you would have that happened? No, exactly. Me neither. I knew what I said was harsh, but this is the only way to make sure that Naruto is safe. I had a promise with my successor to fulfill. And I don't want Naruto to return here. But why? Think about it, Kakashi. That is why I stopped his friends even, so that he would hate us. He has lived and suffered here, as long as he has lived here. This village don't deserve him. Neither do we. No matter how much we try, they will always find a fault like how they did today. The council has been acting up since he has begun his journey as a shinobi, that we need to put a leash on him. And I did not want any of that. I want Naruto to be free. I wanted him to be seen as a hero as much as Minato and Kushina did when the day they died, protecting everyone while sacrificing their own family. So I would be damned if anything would have happened to him. This is the least we can do to make sure that he's safe. I see. So what now? I have sent out Team Ryu to protect him from ambush from Root because I know Danzo will try something. And after that, Naruto makes sure that he's away. That is when we'll make sure that he's placed in a bingo book so that he begins to hate us with a lower level of bounty. But Hiruzen-sama, how will he train? Even if he has those scrolls, he's not smart enough to. Actually, he is, Kakashi. He's a lot more smarter than you think. Naruto may not be book smart, but he is smarter when it comes to learning and absorbing everything regarding shinobi life and ninjutsu and jutsus. So I have trust in him and faith. As now we see, on the other side, Naruto has already made his way into the land of fire. And the first thing he knew as he was reading the letter of his Gigi was wiping away his tears and realized that his Gigi has practically set him up on a new path. A path to make sure that nobody ever touches him. He had to become stronger, but not only in shinobi sense, politically strong as well. Naruto needed to find a way how to do that. But to do that first, he needed a lot of money. So, he began to do mercenary work after registering into the mercenary guild there. As his mercenary missions were requested as to escort missions as well as gathering herbs. As Naruto learned and mastered more of his scrolls and heritage that was given to him, Naruto began to make progress, and a lot of it. As Naruto was able to not only master and complete the Rasengan, but also take the Harasshin to the next level, creating Flash Step, in which he didn't need any projectile. He could just sense and dash at a fast speed, just taking a step, one step at a time, and disappearing and blitzing past by his enemies. And it did not create any yellow flash or blur. It was nothing, just teleportation, if one could tell. As now we see, Naruto has been gone from Konoha for more than 3 years now, and has been able to gather a team of his own, consisting of Gaara, who has also left his village and made his sister to marry the next Kage. And not only that, Fu, a girl from Takigahara that both of them has rescued. As now we see, The three of them bought a home in Land of Fire as well, where they resided, and considered it as their base. As currently Fu was sharpening her kunais as Naruto arrived there with a yellow flash step. Oh, Naruto-kun, you're here. Yes, I brought Yushito here. She's wounded. Fu, I need your healing abilities, and fast. Seems like she was a Jinchuriki whose Biju was ripped out of her. She still is clinging on to her life. Where is she from? Kumo. Kumo? But I thought they respected the Bijus. Turns out not so much, said Naruto with a scowl on his face. Because of the condition of the girl, he highly doubted that anything would have happened. Damn it. What are we gonna do? The best I can do is just patch her up, Naruto, and hope the best. Ask Chome. Gara, you ask Shikaku. I'll ask Kurama. As now we see, Naruto arrives inside his mind's cave, where a huge nine-tailed fox was resting. As the fox's eyes opened lazily. What do you want, kid? Kurama, I need your help. Another one. Yes, but seems like the Biju has been ripped out of her. What? Is it the Akatsuki? I doubt it is. I think they are the ones who did this. Who else could it be? After all, they are the ones who not only ambushed us, but the other Jinchurikis. That is why in the first place we begin to work together. Who do you think the Jinchuriki is? Kumo had, from what I have heard, 2 tails and 8 tails. And seems like the 2 tails was taken. Matatabe. We have to find her soon. But before that, we need to gather other Jinchurikis and Bijus as well to make sure they are perfectly synced and working together. Yes, we cannot allow my father's dream to crash down right now, Naruto. After we have defeated Akatsuki, we will fulfill the dream of your... in which you will create a land. We will help you with that and become the defenders of it. A new nation. A nation in which everyone will be given a second chance and everyone will live with peace. And no regardless hatred will be spread. And no secrets will be kept. Alright. But first, we have to save the others. As now we see, Naruto opened his eyes as Kurama was already healing him, and so were the others. As Yuchito woke up, after a 1-day rest, we see that she was hugging her knees. It's alright. Everything is fine now, said Fu. We are at our base in Land of Fire. Naruto rescued you once he was snooping around. Kumo. Thank you. But I wish you would have left me for dead. Why? Why did you think we would have left you today? I'm not of any importance to my village any longer since I lost the Biju. And I'm not welcome back there any longer as well. That is where you're wrong. You're welcomed here, amongst us. We're not gonna just cast you away because you don't have a Biju within you. You're welcome to stay as long as you want, or become a member of our family, said Naruto with a smile on his face as he entered the room, as Gaara nodded. As now we see, time began to pass by as a few more years went by, as we go towards Amegakure, where we see the dead bodies were dropped as Bijus were surrounding the others, as Naruto was currently standing in his new attire of black cloak and black vest and red pants, as his eyes were red with slits in them, as Naruto looked towards the enemies in front of them. As Naruto then said, Kurama, stop being mad. We have to deal with them. They tried to awaken the 10 tails. You know how much catastrophe that would have cost? How much that would have cost? You don't understand anything, kid. That is why the other Bijus and I am pissed so much. That this monster thought for a moment that he could get away with that. I know he tried, but he won't. I promise you that much. So please, for the love of God, calm down. As no matter what Naruto did, Kurama wasn't backing down. As Kurama, using Naruto's body, in the end killed the rest of the Akatsuki, as well as the other Bijus did. As after all of them were dead, we see that Amegakure pretty much was destroyed and turned into rubble because of all the Bijus and Jinchurikis they have gathered and left. As we see, Yujito had Matatabe back, but not only Matatabe, the 4 tails was also amongst her. Gaara now had 1 tails and 5 tails. And as for Naruto, he possessed Isubu and the 4 tails as well. As for the rest, well, they were distributed amongst them. So what now? Except for Gyuki, who was still with in Kumo, as Naruto then asked his allies, "So what now?" "What now is we go back home at Land of Fire and wait." "How about we loot stuff from here, boss? I mean, there are a lot of stuff here. We can use that for our own nation that we need to create." As Matatabe agreed, "Yes, Naruto, it will help us." "I agree with Matatabe, Naruto. They had a lot of funds that we can use. And look at this land. We can change it and register it under your name." "What? What do you mean, my name?" "You deserve it, kid. We're gonna name our village the Great Naruto Village, since you're the one who started all of this." "Wait, but I don't understand anything. Why would you guys want me to be the leader?" "You have been our leader since the beginning, Naruto. You will be a fine leader to our village. And we trust you. And we'll make sure we'll keep you in line, friend," said Gaara with a small smile on his face as Naruto chuckled. "I see. Thank you." As now we see, it took 2 years. 2 years later, as we see 19-year-old Naruto has established his own village, the Great Naruto Village. As it was pretty much larger than any other nation or village that was out there, because Naruto and the others were not only focusing on growing their shinobi strength, but also on the civilian sectors. So that was why a lot of people and merchants were moving there and were establishing their business there already to make sure that the economy was running and booming. As now we see, the Bijus helped them not only in regarding learning the arts of sage, but also the sage teachings to the humanity in general that will help them grow. As within 5 to 6 years, as Naruto reached at the age of 25, his 6th year as a Kage of that village, we see that the village has become the number one in the whole elemental nation who was stable as wealthy and strong in both shinobi forces and samurai forces. So much so that the other Kages had to allow the Kage of that village to join the Kage Council and Summit. As now we see, Naruto was seated there amongst the other Kages, while the other Kage glared at him. Hiruzen had a small smile on his face, which indicated that he was proud. As one by one the Kages began to answer their worries and discuss their debates, as Naruto then said, "Why are you all focusing on my village so much that I am going to attack? Why are you then strengthening? Why shouldn't I? I mean, you have started, and your ancestors have started war on small little things like who is more stronger, and because of your egos, a lot of deaths have occurred. What makes you think that I shouldn't be prepared for such a thing ever arises? So you doubt that we will attack you and your village?" "Yes, there's always that worry. I mean, you're worrying that I might attack your village, right? So why shouldn't I?" Touche. Touche, kid. As after that, Oniki demanded that he share his resources with all of them, since he had the biggest of the resources out there. "And why should I do that? If you wish to establish a contract, I can, but sharing, no. If you wish to purchase, you can purchase it from my merchant. There will be no trading. Except for that, I mean," as after that Oniki gritted his teeth. As after the meeting ended, we see that Hiruzen arrived near to Naruto. "Look, Naruto, It's fine, Gigi. I knew what you did, why you did. I read your letter. Oh, thank God. I thought that you still might have hated me." "Of course I do. I mean, because of you I haven't eaten Ichiraku ramen for so long." "I see. Now that I have to owe you for that one." "Of course you do, old man. So, what did I miss in Konoha?" "Sasuke Uchiha defected to Orochimaru. Tsunade has returned and has been given proper training, and she soon will step up as the next Kage." "I see. Anything else?" "Jiraiya was about to go to Omegakure a few years back to deal with the threat until your team stuck and dealt with them. It needed to be done. So, I have heard that a lot of the Bijus and Jinchurikis are within your village." "Yes, and we regard them as honorary council members." "Seriously?" "Yes. They are being sentient enough to have their own mind, and as well as they have vast knowledge, Gigi." "Really, now? I wish we would have been genius enough to comprehend that." "Oh well, I guess it's Konoha's loss after all." "That it is, my boy, that it is." "So how have you been, Naruto?" "Oh, me? I'm doing great. There are a few beginning years that had been rough until I began to gather allies, and then it was a smooth sail from there on. The Akatsuki, they were a bit difficult to defeat, but in the end, we dealt with them and were able to establish a home. In the end, I was able to make a dream come true, becoming the Kage of the village that I created, I guess. The only difference is that. Yes, I guess the only difference is that. It's good meeting you, Naruto. As after the meeting ended, both of them returned back to their village. And back at Konoha, we see that a letter from Eva arrived, suggesting that they should attack Naruto village because that village is a threat to the economy as well as their strength in the elemental nation. As while Kiri and Suna declined, we see that Kumo agreed because Kumo didn't like the attitude of the village. And not only that, Konoha was debating. Mainly the council wanted to invade and put the demon in his place by taking everything away from him. I mean, how dare the demon, after leaving them, become so successful, is what they claimed. As Hiruzen literally rolled his eyes and sent a warning letter to Naruto. As Naruto then told him that make sure that his village agrees, as he was quite baffled. And now we see Hiruzen and Naruto decide to meet somewhere safe. As after arriving near the land of sparkles, we see both of them settle down. Are you out of your mind, Naruto? Why do you want Konoha to agree to going to war? Listen to me, Gigi. I'm not saying that I'm arrogant enough to start a war. I'm just going to teach them a lesson. After all, you're forgetting who they're messing with. I'm the prankster from hell. I haven't heard that name in a long time, Naruto. I sure missed your antics there. But regardless, are you insane? Kumo and Eva are debating whether to attack you or not, and you want Konoha to join in on that? I mean, the council is pretty much agreeing to this idea, since they want to see your downfall. So why give them the satisfaction? Because there will be no downfall. Therefore, they're forgetting one vital part. I have the 8 Bijus with my side. And not only that, the knowledge of the sage. We have the Ninshu, the true form of ninjutsu. As Hiruzen's eyes widen. Really, my boy? Yes. And after defeating their forces, we'll make them surrender after surrounding them. And kill Oniki as well as A because of their arrogance alongside their council members. And after that, we will acquire their land. And once it is acquired, we will expand our village and turn it into a nation, challenging others to threaten us. And make sure that the life there is easygoing. So you want to take over Konoha and make them realize just what kind of mistake they have made. Yes, I know there are bad sheeps who have made my name go rogue. And they are amongst in the councils. But after you reveal everything to the people, they will change sides soon enough. And they will see that I am not a demon soon. I see. So that you have a plan. Of course I do. As after Hiruzen returned, he gave the go and green light to join the war. And so, the war between 3 nations combined as one and a greater nation known as the Naruto village started. So much so that they all gathered their 20,000 shinobi forces as they were facing only 5,000 shinobis from Naruto village. And not only that, 8 Bijus. As after seeing this sight, they were more than terrified to go against them. As Naruto surrounded them, as Bijudamas were charged, and the shinobis charged, huge amount of lightning as a huge thunder dragon boomed above the sky, so huge that it could be seen across the whole elemental nation, because so much lightning chakra was gathered. As Naruto then charged up a huge Rasengan, so huge that it was almost illuminating like an artificial sun. As Naruto then said, people of elemental nations, people of Eva, Kumo, and Konoha, I am giving you a choice. Surrender, and you and anyone else will not die, except for those who still oppose us. As most of them, seeing that the power that they had, agreed. As now we see, Oniki and the others still charged, especially A, and Naruto dispatched them with ease because of his flash technique. You really are his son. Huh, of course I am. I have a reputation to hold after all. As now we see, after defeating them, the citizens were afraid. Many were trying to think that they should evacuate until Naruto sent his general, and they had given them the letter and a message of their Kage, people of the land of the following. As different generals spoke, I, Naruto, accept you as a part of my land and my nation if you allow me to be your leader. And I promise you that you will reap the benefits, and none of you shall live your old life ever again, because from now on, it is a new beginning. It is a new start for each and every one of you. You can be anything you want, and no one will judge you for that. As immediately after seeing this, and seeing that they had no other choice, they agreed. And this was the best decision in case for Kumo and Iwa that has ever happened to them. Because Kumo, even though was the second greatest nation, was suffering still somewhat. And Iwa, being the fourth, well, let's just leave it at that because it was quite worse situation there. But since Naruto gave them a chance, they were more than willing to take it and accept it. As now we see, on the other side, their councils were executed, who were all opposing them. And not only that, back in Konoha, Naruto arrived himself and gave them the same opportunity, as Naruto was standing on the one side and Kurama was standing on the other. As Kurama was smirking, and so was Naruto. So, which one of us do you think is really the demon? Said Naruto, jokingly as he asked the people a question, as all of them flinched and looked ashamed. I'm messing with you. You're nothing more than an ignorant bunch who followed everything but the elders told them to do so. If anyone is mad here, and anyone should be afraid, it's them, not you guys. I have a big heart. I have forgiven the people of my enemies as well. Since you are a little bit tad different from them, I will give you a little bit of punishment. Konoha will become the sewerage system for the nation. What? As everyone was amazed what Naruto said, as a huge sewage plant was built nearby, and Konoha always had a disgusting smell around it. This was Naruto's ways of pranking them for all the bullshit he has been able to put up with because of these people that has been giving them. And as for those, well, who were harsher to him, they were placed especially near to work in that facility. As Naruto enjoyed their suffering somewhat, we see that Naruto also gave them the benefits. As now we see, Hiruzen was cursing Naruto because of the prank that he has pulled. I should have known better. Ugh. Damn you, elders, because of you we are suffering this much. My smelling senses are all gone. The most who suffered were the Inuzukas, as Kiba was cursing Naruto left and right because he was the one who put this hell on them, while the others not so much, because they were just glad that they didn't have to die because of some old people's arrogance. In the end, Naruto gave all of them the ultimatum. But the battle was far from over. Soon the other lands began to be afraid because the land of Naruto, as it began to be called itself, was a bigger nation than theirs, and having three nations under it, villages under it that could fight, they were afraid. So they caused war, and they lost as well. Naruto expanded until only Suna, Kiri, as well as their lands were left. As now we see, even Land of Fire was afraid, but Naruto allowed them to work under him now since he has conquered them. And in the end, the other two lands even invaded, but the village declined their help, so Naruto conquered them as well, making the other villages also fall under him, conquering the whole elemental nation. As now we see Naruto's generals and the other Kages who worked under him was sitting in front of him. Well, Naruto, congratulations now, said Hiruzen. For what? You have conquered the whole elemental nations, my boy, and have become the Kage and the Daimiyo of the whole elemental nation, of the great Naruto nation. As Naruto's jaw dropped low to the ground as the beast chuckled. I think you might have broken the kid over there, Hiruzen. I try my best, Kyuubis-sama. I mean, after all, he put us through hell because of that, well, pooping system that he built near us. The disgusting stench. I can't believe it. Sorry, Gigi, but you know they had it coming. I mean, after all, they messed with the greatest prankster from hell. Yes, whatever. Now we are coming to another topic altogether, Naruto, said Temari. Who you're gonna marry now? What? As Yujito chuckled. Haven't you noticed? Both Fu and Yujito are eyeing you and are close to starting a war between the two factions. Wait, what? What do you mean? He is tense when it comes to that, isn't he? Said Hiruzen, as everyone chuckled. But seriously, what is going on? As Fu and Yujito just rolled their eyes. They still had a long way to go, but they had all the time in the world, because they will teach their husband in the future how to treat women right. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and stay tuned for a story on Meta What If as well. As this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one, and this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.